Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center, Wareham, Massachusetts. It is time for Taroscopes, and we're going to, for the month of February 2023, for the sign of Leo. Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising. That's how we usually do it. There's my little Leo picture. I think I will use, what deck will I use? Leo is ruled by the sun. So where the sun is at the, during the year is important for Leo. Starts the month in the sign of Aquarius. So the sun's moving through your house of relationship. It's social time for Leos. And then it moves into the 8th house, which is the house of shared resources, taxes, death, things like that. When you get money from somebody dies, you get some money, stuff like that. All right, so let's take a look. Oops. I'm going to use the Elemental Tarot for this reading. What else is going on for Leo that's specifically that, February is kind of a quiet month, which is a relief into January. Hold on a second. Here we go. Yes, no. It's a trick I learned. Just learn to sit still. Then I don't have to do the trick over and over and over again. Okay, so we're going to look at the month ahead for Leo. Of course, Leo, you do have Pluto about ready to move into your opposite sign of Aquarius. So you're going to be tested, but that's for like 22 years, and it's just a little bit, just in the first degree in 2023, or in 1 degree. But it'll be enough for us to get an idea of what the next 22 years might be like. That'll be an interesting study, but that's actually March. It's not actually February. But there are a lot of things that are going to come to fruition at this time. A lot of things are going to be going to come up for us to understand and to see, and to things. There's going to be more revelations, more expose, more all of that. The light is shining now, and so the light shines on all, good and bad. And sometimes you find out that bad people do good things, and sometimes you find out good people do bad things. But it's all part of being human, is it not? All right, Leo, let's see. I love these cards to shuffle because they have this nice, like, not too slippery texture, just right texture, so they don't go flying all around Canarsie. And the fact that they're a nice size. Sometimes the bigger decks are very difficult. So we start with the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles. So this is all your hard work. You're actually standing on all your hard work. Now, a lot of it has been repetitive and maybe has not felt like you're doing it, but it's not quite enough, or you're just not doing it in the right way. This is a Virgo card, so there's always like a reevaluation of, am I doing this the best way? Am I doing this the most efficient way? Let's see what crosses that. We have the Queen of no, this is the sorry, the Page of Pentacles. Nope. No. This is the Page of Swords. These cards are difficult because that's what you see, right? So what are you looking at here? I'm sorry, I'm wrong again. This is the Knight of Swords. Is it? No, wait a minute. Oh my God. This is the Queen. Is that mountains or water? Oh, it's water. I need new glasses. Queen of Swords. I think you're judging yourself harshly. I think you're judging yourself to maybe too exacting of a standard, because we're in a time where the old rules don't apply anyway. So if you're doing your best in the soup that is the world that we live in right now, it's amorphous to up and falls, and just like the earth itself, sometimes I think it's difficult to even to judge it because we're in new territory. So don't use your old standards necessarily, and not so much your old standards to like a judge a situation, but yourself. This feels like yourself. At the root of it is you are a bit of a hermit right now. In fact, you've been working so diligently in your little like shack in the woods, spouting perhaps to anybody who's willing, who's open enough to hear. You know, they say the teacher comes when the student comes when the student's ears are open to what they have to say. In isolation, you've been doing it really in isolation, yeah, which I think is good for you at this time. I think this is necessary. We are going to have Venus make a retrograde cycle this year, and it is in Leo. So Leos are going to be really reviewing what's important to them and what they value when it comes to relationship, when it comes to their resources, all of that. But it looks like here that most of your resources have gone to doing the work. In the past, we have the sun. This is your card, Leo. So something has been illuminated. The other indication of this card, often when you get this as a numerology, in a numerology reading, this is the 19th card, so it's the 19-1 vibration. It is about revelation, but it's also about seeing where you're at and maybe wanting to change direction. It is a 1 card, so it's an initiation of sorts. So you've been through a recent initiation. In the sky, ooh, what do we have here? We have the King of Fire, the King of Fire. King of Fire came up in the Cancer reading as well. This is the King of Fire is somebody who believes in what they're doing. In fact, if there's not passion there, they can't really abide by it. Sometimes the King of Fire can be angry. Sometimes the King of Fire can be easily distracted by shiny objects. In fact, in the Rider-Waite deck, I believe it's the king that's not looking at you. He's looking like that, like what's the next thing? So future-oriented king. But all that energy in the sky says that, you know, there's a lot of energy for that. There's a lot of creative energy. The challenge in that is how do you lasso it? How do you create a dominion over that? And that's, you know, that's the question for all of us, right? How do we take what we know, wrangle it up, and make it into something that will help support us to further our whatever that is, studies, understanding, whatever it is. Okay, in the immediate future, we have the 9 of Cups. So wishes coming true here. I also get the energy of reunion. I feel like there's reunion coming, people coming together in love and family and community and food. How it's seen from the outside. Good relations. People appreciate you for your value as a friend, your value as a partner, your value as a person. Domestic situation. We have the 5 of Swords. So there's something going on in the domestic situation that you're not maybe seeing. or there's some cruelty there. You have to watch for that. Don't put up with that at all. Not that Leos would, but you know, sometimes you give people the benefit of the doubt and they take it. And then they take it to the cleaners with it, right? So your domestic situation, what I would say is you just need to be cautious. There are people who are not well intended, and you have to be able to see them to protect yourself. Your hopes and fears. This is heartbreak. I think you might know who I'm talking about here. Somebody maybe you can't trust completely, but it's breaking your heart. And I almost feel like this could also be an addiction issue. There may be somebody in your home that has an addiction issue that normally under regular circumstances, they wouldn't go to this, but you know, once you get addicted to something, the person, you become super id, right? You're just an id for the next fix, and all your ego and your super ego and all those functions that make you make good decisions in your life go out the window, along with, you know, and the only thing you see is the addiction. So that's what I'm going to warn you against here. And the outcome, we have the Eight of Fire. This is revelation, another revelation card. This is, you know, all the information coming out. It's also creative ideas. This is, how do I organize these creative ideas? There's a lot of, you know, we had the King of Wands up there on the top of the chart. This is about taking that King of Wands energy perhaps and organizing it in such a way that it can be useful, and maybe you can use it as a teaching tool. And temperance. So this is not getting caught up in extremes, which includes becoming you know, codependent with maybe this person who has an addiction issue. But it's about you have to balance with all this creative energy. See, the thing is here that you, at the root is the Hermit, and in the sky is the King of Fire. Like there's like, those are like two diametrically opposed energies, and this at the end is requiring you to temper yourself, to take things, to work and to play and to rest and to stay awake and to do things in temperance. And of course, not, you know, tempering your if you're imbibing, or if you're eating too much, or if you're not exercising, you want to balance your activities to bring so you have the energy to move forward. Let's see what's underneath it. We have the Ten of Wands. You're burdened. You have a lot of burdens. This is the fire. This is the Knight of Fire, I believe. Fire. Oh, this is the Queen. Okay, in the sky is the Queen, not the King. So this is the Queen of Fire, which is all the same things as the King of Fire, except that she's more stable. And I like that better. So there's more stability in the sky. There's more opportunity in the sky for that. I believe this is the this is terrible. The Knight of Fire. So this is traveling. You're going to be traveling. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is about balancing your resources. So again, there's this energy of balance. And so there's a lot of water here. There's a lot of fire in this. There's a lot of everything. I mean, almost everything is in twos in this reading. Maybe a little bit more fire, but it's very, very, it's in a way a little balanced here. All right, so the energy is balanced. That's cool. All right, so is that the two? Oh my God, this is the, I'm so sorry. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So the Queen of Pentacles, this is not the Two of Pentacles, but the Queen of Pentacles says, know what's important and make sure you're getting paid for it. Okay. every time I use this deck, I have the same struggle. And I love this deck, but it's a deck that you have to really look into the cards, which is probably why I love it. It's the Elemental Tarot. And I rarely open the book. It comes with the book, but I rarely open the book. So sometimes I just read cards and don't really look to see what they say about them or what cards they are, because some of them are difficult to discern. But I find that sometimes you get a better reading because you're reading from the image, and that sort of that'll what's the word? Spark your intuition. That's why I like these. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful month. Subscribe if you haven't. Work is good, but you have to rest and you have to play as well. Enjoy your reunion with those that you love. Be careful. There are people around you that are not trustworthy, and it may be somebody that you wish was. So you have to watch that and temper your actions. Work and play, work and play, work and play. Remember, you're a Leo without play. I mean, one of the lessons of Leo is to learn how to play. So don't forget that. And if you are a Leo, you kind of know how to do it. All right. Take care, everyone. Namaste. Have a wonderful, wonderful month.